Ever catch yourself, like, just daydreaming
Hmm.
about what you'd do if money was no object?
Oh, all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, finally open that indie bookstore,
Yep.
you know, the one with the cat,
Yeah.
or travel the world trying all those, like, bizarre snacks.
Street food.
Yes.
Absolutely sign me up.
Exactly. So today's deep dive, we're all about those different paths folks have taken to reach, well, that coveted financial freedom.
Yeah.
And specifically, becoming millionaires.
Okay.
But, and here's the thing, we're not talking about, trust fund babies or anything.
Right.
We're diving into stories from everyday investors
I like it.
on Reddit's Our Dividends community.
Yeah.
And they're sharing their choices, their strategies, and honestly, sometimes those lucky breaks
Sure.
that help them get there.
It's always a factor.
It is.
What I find so fascinating about these stories, though, is how they just toss out that whole one-size-fits-all idea
Yeah.
about building wealth.
Right.
Like, we'll definitely get into the financial moves they made.
Nice.
But the real gems,
Yeah.
they're in the mindsets,
Yeah.
how they made decisions, even the unexpected stuff that popped up along the way.
Totally. And, I bet you're listening to this because you're looking for those aha moments.
For sure.
Those real deal strategies.
Yeah.
Not the same old, generic financial advice, right?
Absolutely.
So let's jump right into the first major theme that we noticed,
Good
which
one.
is, drum roll, the power of diligence.
I like it.
Okay, so over and over again, these Redditors, they really emphasized living below their means.
Makes sense.
Right. And one user even said, I love this. Happiness is freedom, not chandeliers.
Ooh, that's good. I like that.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, it really speaks to knowing what truly matters.
Exactly.
It's about, like, recognizing what you want right now in this moment versus what's going to bring you lasting satisfaction.
I see what you're saying.
Our whole culture pushes this instant gratification thing,
Oh, yeah.
But these stories,
Yeah.
they're all about that emotional peace of mind
Okay.
that comes with knowing you're financially secure, even if you don't have all the flashy stuff.
It's about making choices that truly align with those long-term goals.
Exactly.
And speaking of choices, another huge theme that came up
Yeah.
was the discipline of saving and investing regularly.
Oh.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Like one Redditor put it super simply, max out your 401k. It's free money.
Love that.
Now, I know for some folks listening, 401k might sound a little,
Like another language.
exactly.
Yeah.
So basically, it's a retirement savings plan offered by, a lot of employers, and that max out part, that just means contributing as much as you're allowed each year to, like, really take advantage of any employer matching.
Think of it as bonus money,
Yes.
just for saving for your future.
I love that. Yeah, it's like they're giving you free money
Exactly.
to save. It's amazing.
And it's essentially a way to use your income today
Okay.
to set yourself up for a more secure future.
Smart.
Right.
Yeah.
And this ties into another big takeaway,
Which is?
the long game.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that.
Remember that user who said 20 years for the first million, then 5 for the second? Snowball effect.
Yes.
That, my friend, is the magic of compounding.
Okay, I love it when you say compounding, but can you, like, break it down?
Sure.
Because it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's important, but I don't really get it.
It can seem a bit like a mystery
It does.
at first.
Yes.
So basically, it just means your money starts making more money
Okay.
over time.
Okay.
So even those early investments, even if they seem small,
Right.
they're earning returns.
Right?
And then
Yeah.
those returns earn their own returns.
Whoa.
It just, like, snowballs from there, especially over a long period.
Oh.
It's like planting a tiny seed that grows into this mighty money tree.
I love that visual.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like that old saying, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today.
So true. But those long timelines, while they're powerful,
Yeah.
they can feel a little daunting,
For sure.
right? Like, okay, 20 years.
It's a long time.
It is. So let's shift gears for a sec.
Okay.
Away from that slow and steady approach. And let's talk about some of the, like, less conventional paths to millionaire status that popped up in these Reddit stories.
Right. I'm intrigued.
Right. So we're talking about savvy real estate investments, like those entrepreneurial leaps of faith, and even, the good old inheritance factor.
It's true. Building wealth isn't just about climbing that corporate ladder.
Nope.
And real estate, especially, seemed to click with a lot of these Redditors. We saw people buying low, timing the market right, watching their investments grow while they're pulling in that sweet, sweet rental income.
Love it. It's like making your money work for you, right?
Right.
Like take DC81FR, right? They swooped in during a market downturn, snagged these condos for a steal.
Oh, wow.
Like we're talking 50 grand a pop. Held on to them, rode that real estate wave, and ended up selling them for over 200K each.
Now, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
That's amazing.
And they shared that it wasn't just luck, right? They made a point of researching the neighborhoods, looking for areas with like that potential for growth, for revitalization. They knew what they were doing.
They had a strategy.
Exactly. So it's not just about like, blindly buying any property.
Right.
It's about understanding the market, doing your research, and then, being ready to take those calculated risks.
Calculated risks, very important.
Exactly. So real estate, when you approach it strategically, can be a really powerful wealth-building tool.
For sure.
But what about those people who are drawn to that, like, excitement of starting their own business?
Ah, the entrepreneurial spirit.
Right.
It was alive and well in those Reddit threads.
I bet.
And it definitely takes a certain kind of person.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking vision, resilience, a high tolerance for risk.
Oh, for sure.
But the payoff, my friends.
Tell me more.
The payoff can be huge.
Oh, I believe it.
Like user BrightEd2817, they shared how they poured their heart into this online business.
Wow.
Sweat equity, they called it.
I love that.
Put in the work.
Nice.
And they hit millionaire status by their late 20s.
No way.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Before most people even think about a midlife crisis, they're set.
Exactly.
Now, I'm not saying entrepreneurship is easy.
No.
Or that it's for everyone.
Right.
It often means crazy hours, facing setbacks, always adapting to a market that never sits still.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And you've really got to understand the numbers side of things.
Absolutely.
Not just like the passion for your product or service, right?
That's essential.
Totally different game than the 9 to 5.
Night and day.
Right. Okay, but then there's that wild card.
Oh, which one?
That inheritance.
Ah, yes, the bank of mom and dad.
Right. But it was interesting to see how Redditors like reacted to getting an inheritance.
Oh, yeah, everyone's different.
Right. For some, it was like they amplified their good habits, right? Invested it wisely, maybe paid off some debt, basically treated it like bonus level wealth building.
Love that.
Right.
Yeah.
But then others, like Iceland00, they said it barely changed how they handled money at all.
Interesting. It really shows you how powerful those ingrained habits are.
Right.
Those money mindsets, they stick with you.
It's like whether you start with a little or a lot, your core approach to money, it shines through.
I think so.
It's fascinating. So we've got the diligence, we've got real estate, we've got entrepreneurship, we've even got a little luck sprinkled in with the inheritance.
It's a mix.
It is a mix. It seems like there are so many different paths someone can take, which I'm sure for our listeners can be inspiring, but also a little overwhelming.
I bet.
Right? Like, where do I even start?
Right.
Right. But there is a common thread running through all of these success stories, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely.
It's like life throws you curveballs, right?
Yeah.
The economy takes unexpected turns. Your own goals and priorities evolve.
Absolutely.
If you're not adaptable, you risk getting stuck in a rut, even a financially comfortable one.
That's true.
But these Redditors, they show what it means to, like, roll with the punches and come out on top.
Right.
And sometimes that means reassessing your whole strategy, like go home, Brent, you're drunk, advocated for.
That's right.
They said get to that first 100K fast, then the good habits just become second nature.
I love that.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's about building that initial momentum, then letting the power of compounding and consistency take over.
Smart.
What other examples of adaptability did we see in these stories?
We'll take CCM 278.
Okay.
They started out picking individual stocks, which can be exciting,
Yeah.
but it also requires a lot of time and research.
True.
As their portfolio grew, they realized they needed a simpler approach, so they transitioned to exchange-traded funds, or ETFs.
For those who are new to the investing world, can you explain what makes ETFs different?
Of course. Basically, an ETF is like a basket of stocks or bonds. So it gives you instant diversification.
Okay.
It's like instead of putting all your eggs in one basket, you're spreading your risk across different companies and industries. This could be a less volatile and more hands-off approach, especially for long-term growth.
That makes a lot of sense, especially as your wealth grows and you don't necessarily have the time or desire to micromanage a ton of individual stocks.
Yeah.
It's about working smarter, not harder. But sometimes adaptability means reacting to unexpected challenges like Polecat XOXO experienced.
Right.
They were heavily invested in high growth tech stocks, which had been doing incredibly well for them, but then their business took a hit.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and they needed to adjust their strategy to generate more stable income, so they pivoted to dividend paying stocks.
Okay, hold on. Back up a second. Dividends. Remind us what those are again. Essentially, dividends are payments that some companies make to their shareholders,
Hmm,
usually on a quarterly basis. Think of it like getting a little thank you payment for owning a piece of the company. It's a way to generate passive income from your investments.
got it. So Polecat XOXO recognized they needed a more reliable income stream and adjusted their portfolio accordingly.
That's so powerful.
Yeah. But it's easy to get caught up in all the numbers and strategies. But at the end of the day, it's clear that there's a huge human element to all of this.
Absolutely.
Financial success is as much about managing your emotions and behavior as it is about crunching numbers. Remember that Redditor who became a millionaire and promptly bought a Lamborghini?
Oh, yeah. Talk about a treat yourself moment.
Right.
But it also highlights the fact that even with financial savvy, we all have our weaknesses and blind spots.
That's so true.
Exactly. And it's those impulsive decisions, those moments where our emotions cloud our judgment, that can derail even the most carefully crafted financial plan. That's why emotional discipline is so crucial.
It's about resisting the urge to chase every hot stock tip, to panic sell when the market dips, or to make big, flashy purchases just because you can technically afford them. It's about staying focused on your long-term goals, even when your emotions are telling you to do otherwise. And, on the other end of the spectrum, we heard from a lot of Redditors who describe themselves as boring investors.
The slow and steady tortoises.
Exactly.
They talked about how they quietly built their wealth over decades through consistent saving, disciplined investing, and resisting the urge to get caught up in market hype.
It's a good reminder that sometimes the most boring approach is actually the most effective.
Absolutely.
Now, one final nugget that really resonated with me was from a Redditor who talked about wishing they'd bought AMD back when it was trading at $2 a share.
Ouch. That's got to sting a little bit, knowing how much that investment would be worth now. But it highlights an important point. We're always learning and evolving in our financial journeys. There will always be missed opportunities. But the key is to learn from those experiences and use them to make more informed decisions going forward.
So, for everyone listening feeling inspired by these Reddit stories, take a moment to reflect. What one small change can you make today, no matter where you are on your financial journey, to nudge yourself closer to your goals? Maybe it's setting up an automatic savings plan, researching that investment you've been curious about, or simply saying no to one impulse purchase. Remember, even small changes made consistently over time can create a ripple effect leading to remarkable results.
It's all about taking that first step and then another and another. Financial well-being is achievable, not just for a select few, but for anyone willing to put in the effort, stay adaptable, and never stop learning.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep diving deep.